Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mixed Signals. You guys, let's talk about communication today. I'm not going to get into attachment styles. You got your anxious, you got your avoidant, you have your secure and your anxious avoidant. In my opinion, that can change just like the seasons change. You know, for one season we can be an anxious attachment. The next season we can be avoidant. Next season, you know, after we did a little bit of work, we could become secure. Then it can go right back to anxious avoidant, you know, to end the year off. That's my opinion. I haven't done enough research on attachment styles. So today we're going to talk about how people communicate. People communicate, the people we talk about here that send us mixed signals, how their parents who were unhealthy taught them to communicate. What do I mean by that? You know, if their parents were out of control, they had no self-control, no boundaries, they're going to have no self-control and no boundaries, okay? And they're not going to change that. Oh, no, because they're standing 10 toes down on how they were raised. Because if they have to look at and work through what they endured, they may not be here. Think about that. Let that simmer. People love to live a lie. Especially people who love lying or who are in love with lying. They love to live a lie so that they can play victim, even though they're no victim. Okay? Now, let me give you guys a quick story. Give you guys a situation. At a job that I was working at, I had a manager. You know, I came in covering somebody's shift one day. I said, "Hey, Brenda, where do you want me today?" And she goes, "Hi, Nicola." Hits me over the head with a pillow. I said, "Brenda, did you just hit me in the head with a pillow?" Brenda's looking around the room, like trying to figure out, you know, the warehouse. Or it looked like she was doing some kind of math in her head. And I'm looking at her like, does she not hear me? We couldn't be more than 2 feet, 3 feet apart. Now, another coworker is sitting there talking and, you know, because it's a very awkward, uncomfortable situation. And she says to Brenda, "Brenda, are you Mexican? Because that's sometimes how Mexican, you know, we can be and this." And I'm all, what? Brenda says, "What?" I'm looking at my coworker. I said, "Brenda, where do you want me?" Okay, because you're not finna be accountable. And I get it. I thought, well, maybe by the end of the day, she'll come and apologize to me. No. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to let her manager know because she will be held accountable for her actions. You're not finna hit me with a pillow. You're never going to be that comfortable around me again. Here's the thing, you guys. 2 weeks goes by. I'm not talking to Brenda. I won't even go near Brenda. I'm uncomfortable. There's no way I'm going to be able to get any kind of guidance or direction from Brenda. Not going to happen. Now, my manager asked me to write a statement about Brenda and what she did that day. So I did, not a problem. I'm uncomfortable around this woman. Then the general manager gets a hold of it. They put it in her employee file. And she says, "Hey, Nicola, you know, Brenda's going to have they're going to have a talk with you. She's going to talk." I said, "Yeah, that's fine. Just pull me aside. Let me know she's sorry, you know, for what she did." Brenda ends up pulling me into the office about 10, 15 minutes before my shift ends. And she's going, you know, so I talked to our general manager and she was filling me in on an incident a few weeks ago that I hit you with a pillow or something like that. I go, "Brenda, you don't remember?" She was like, "Oh my gosh, Nicola, I'm so stupid. I do stupid stuff all the time. I don't remember." I said, "Well, I do. And this is what you did." I repeated exactly what happened, what she did. Here's the thing, though. Brenda immediately went into victim mode. Oh, let me tell you something, Nicola. When I was a kid, my mom, that's what she responded with after I told her what she did. Watch the communication. When I was a kid, my friend asked for, "Hey, throw me a deviled egg." And my mom actually threw it at her. Oh, I got one better than that. Guys, my face the whole time was like this. She goes, "I got one better than that." Another time, we were eating chocolate. We were drinking chocolate milkshakes. And my mom, she like sucked the whole milkshake up and just like spewed it all out on me and my friends. It was just crazy. That's where I get all my stupid ideas from. My mom. This woman starts bawling, crying after she told me those stories. And I said, Brenda, I don't know what to say. I really have nothing to say to you. And she was like, it's okay, Nicola. She's just, I mean, bawling, you guys. She's patting her eye. I'm just, sorry, I'm crying. It's just been hard. It's just really rough for me. But I don't ever want you to feel uncomfortable. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm just uncomfortable that, you know, you'd hit me with a pillow when me and you have barely had but 1 or 2 conversations. So, yeah. You know, like I said, you guys, it's like maybe a 10-minute conversation with Brenda and I end up telling her, you have no self-control. You need to work on that. Literally, you guys, it's as if I became the manager and she became the employee. Like, you know, we're both employees, but she became me. Where it was like, you need to work on self-control. You need to work on your boundaries. You can't treat everybody the same. We're all individuals. We're all unique. You need to get to know people for who they are. And I'm like talking to her like, and she's like, you're right. I do need to do that. I can't treat everyone the same. Mind you guys, I don't know anyone else that she treated this way. Okay. Like I said, I talked to other coworkers and they said they've never been treated like that by Brenda. You know, like I said, they would be out in the parking lot with her. She knows better. So Brenda ends up saying, if there's anything or I ever make you, just come to me next time. You just come and tell me. And I said, well, the last time I told you, you know, I approached you, you didn't say anything. So I don't trust that, you know, you're going to do, you know, what you say. So no, I'll go to the manager about that, the other manager. And she was like, well, whatever you're comfortable with, Nicola. But yeah, I know. But here's the thing, you guys, even in that story that she was telling, that's how she communicates. That's how people communicate. It's how they were taught by the parents. Okay. They let their parents get away with everything. So that's how they feel about themselves. Okay. You have to advocate for yourself, you know, and you can use situations like this for relationships with friends, you know, relationships with partners, family members, coworkers, whatever. You can use these situations if they immediately jump into victim mode and what happened to them, and they have no recollection whatsoever of what they've done to you. Read the room. You know what I mean? Like, read the room. We're talking about me and what you did to me. We're not talking about you and what has happened to you 50 something years ago. Okay. This woman was probably 30 years older than me. Bawling, crying, you guys. So uncomfortable. Now, like I said, you guys, you can use the situation for anything with, you know, whoever you want. They're not going to change their behavior for you. Okay. Don't think for a minute, if you approach somebody and, you know, you're communicating with them effectively, they're going to change their behavior. They don't care. That's their pattern. How they communicate is their pattern. Just like if you are at an extreme, like dealing with someone with domestic violence, and they're like, oh, I've never done that to someone. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. It's not the first time that they've been that way. You guys, I don't care if they were, you know, beating their animals before. It's going to happen again. So don't ever sit there and think in your head, it's me, it's because of me. No, it's because of them. And that's their pattern. That's their communication style. Maybe that's how they were taught by their parents to hit. So they're going to hit you. Maybe they saw mommy hitting daddy, daddy hitting mommy. So they're like, that's what I'm going to do in my relationship. That's how it works. They piss me off. I'm going to beat their behind. Okay, black and blue. Now, here's the thing. You have to be strong enough and secure enough in yourself to see the pattern in their communication. I think that was one of my first videos. How they're communicating with you is their pattern. That's how it's always going to be. It's never anything brand new. Remember, you're dealing with somebody who's an adult, okay? You, again, this channel is for people who send mixed signals all the time. And this is what I break down. Like I said, you guys, don't ever believe when somebody tells you, I'll never do that again. That's not how I am. That's really not who I am. That's exactly who they are. And that's why they're saying that. Okay. If they ever say something like, let me describe who I really am, they're just thinking of stuff on the spot, you know, because they're trying to make their character look better. Remember, you guys, if they, you know, were to have to work through these problems, the character that they created that endured all these physical pains or mental, emotional pains, whatever, they'd have to get rid of that character. Their saving grace, their hero. And some people would not wake up the next day if they had to do that. They would never be okay. All right, you guys, allow that to simmer.